Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. So in the series of videos that I'm doing for the career mode in the Microsoft Flight Simulator, this is going to be another one in which I will be just carrying out some missions to make some money. Right now I have 3,220 credits, and in order to get the night currency certification, I just need 7,500 credits. And in order to go for this instrument rating, I need 10,000 credits. And if I want to do the multi-engine rating, then it's 15,000 credits. So I have to make some money. So right now, I have cleared these two certifications, the CPL and the PPL. So in order to make money, I have to fly missions, and I have to fly missions effectively. Before making this video, I have uploaded a video on my channel in which I have covered how to fly in the Cessna 172 Skyhawk on autopilot. So if you're not really familiar with the autopilot features of this plane, then you can just go and watch that video. Now let's select the missions. Right now I think I have a skydive option available. So this is with Cessna 172, and let's do this because I'll not be doing any sightseeing right now, so I'll just go for the skydive mission. That's it. And if I carry out this mission successfully, then I will get 5,970 credits. So I'll be making some good money. So let's accept this mission. It's something interesting, but I remember when I was doing these missions before, like 1 year back, then the descent was a problem. Anyhow, the mission criteria, I'll get maximum 158,400 experience. Descent time, I will be judged based on these parameters: the descent time, the drop jumper's position, stability during drop, and landing smoothness. Amazing. I'll try to do this flight on autopilot. Let's try that feature. And let's see how you can use the autopilot in different missions, because it gets very boring. So Alt-N, I'll just skip this part. During the flight, you should not skip anything. But before this, you can just skip it. So the skydivers are getting in the plane. And now I'm ready. Now the plane is up and running. And soon I will get instructions. So I'll just wait for it, press enter. Now this is the flight path. You have to follow this flight path after the takeoff. And press enter to announce taxi via radio. That's it. And press control space to release the parking brakes. And parking brakes released. And that's it.
System test.
Okay, so let's give some power to the plane and take it to the runway. Now I'll adjust the altitude to 1,000 feet. Yeah. After the takeoff, if I want to climb, then I will set it to 1,000. Let's turn on the flight director for the autopilot. Actually, I have uploaded a video on my channel in which I've covered the autopilot feature of this plane in the career mode. You can just go and watch that video if you're not familiar with the autopilot mode, although I will be showing you everything over here in this video as well. Because it's going to be a long flight, so that's why it's better to activate autopilot. It will just remove some stress from you. So I'll just hold short over here. Oops. And that's it. Let me just check one more thing. If I have all the assistances active. Yeah, they're all active. So I can just go back and resume. So press enter to announce takeoff, and that's it. Now let's set the flaps to position 1, down by 1 notch. And let's enter runway 17. for the takeoff. The takeoff speed will be 55 knots. And right after takeoff, I will retract the flaps, try to follow this flight plan. You can see it's there, so you don't have to worry about anything. Climb rate, the speed for the climb will be 75 knots, and let's give full power and take this plane up in the air. It's a bit noisy because it's a skydive plane and the doors are open. 55, and let's take this plane up in the air. I can retract the flaps. Initial climb. Climb up to 500 feet. So I will pitch up a bit. And let's turn right. You can see this is the active flight path. I can reduce the throttle. Oops, the altitude is a bit high. Let me adjust the heading button. No, I'm not sinking. Okay. Jump axis approach. So the turn should be at a slower speed, because then the radius is good. Otherwise, at higher speeds, the radius is very high. So let me just adjust the heading button. And now I think at 75 knots I can activate autopilot, go in the heading mode, and flight level change. So let the autopilot do its job. Let's adjust the heading. And let me just climb more. So I've adjusted the altitude and I press the flight level change. The speed will remain at 75 knots and the plane will start to climb, because you know I should be at this altitude. So now the climb will start. I can give more power, and now you can see the climb has started, because initially the power was low. So that's how you do it. I can keep the altitude at 1500. The plane will level off, but still it's a constant climb. I can further adjust the altitude. Keep it at 1800. Reduce the throttle so that the speed is reduced. Or rather, I can use vertical speed, like let's say 300 feet per minute. Let's reduce the RPM. So I'm managing everything with autopilot right now for this flight, because it's easy to fly. Like this. Let's see how much score I'll get. So let me just adjust it to, let's say, 2500. Vertical speed. 400 feet per minute. I'll keep it at 900 feet per minute. You can see. The RPM is almost at 2,300. Let me just increase it. Yeah, 2,300. So once the speed is at 75 knots, then I can reduce the vertical speed. Yeah, I can adjust it accordingly. It's a bumpy ride. Now I activated the nav mode, so the plane will actually follow this flight path. You have to just control the altitude, and that's it. All the turns will be automatically taken by the autopilot. And I can further climb up to 3,000. Just make sure you're following this flight path, whether you're in the heading mode or the GPS mode. You can see the mode is shown over here. Yeah. So everything is good now. The plane will level off at 3,000. So it's a bumpy ride. That's the challenge in the skydive missions. It's bumpy. And if you don't control your plane accordingly, you'll get low score and low credits. So I think this is another 1,000 feet. So let's go to the vertical speed change mode, and let's set the climb to 500 feet per minute. I've set it to 800 feet per minute because I have to reduce the speed to 75 knots. But because of the bad weather, the plane is not climbing. After a very long time, I'm doing this mission for the first time. So hopefully I'll be able to do it with some good score, and I'll get some good credits. I remember when I was doing this mission before, the descent was a problematic area. You really had to descend at a very high rate in order to land. So let's see what happens today. This is something really tricky about this mission. So now I'm at 4,000 feet. I think I have to go up to 6,000 feet. Let's see. So let's climb up to 4,500. So at higher altitudes, the RPM decreases. So let's try to adjust the fuel mixture. You can see the RPM is now increasing. So that's how you control the fuel mixture as well. Yeah, this is a good setting. Let's keep the RPM at 2300. You can see the autopilot is following the flight path. The skydivers are ready to jump. I've set the altitude to 5,000 feet. Let's climb up to 6,000. Now I'm climbing up to 8,500 feet, and the jump axis approach is almost like 14 kilometers away. So I have to press enter to announce 2 minutes before the jump via the radio. So let's wait for it. I'm still climbing. RPM is good. The fuel and air mixture is good. So the plane will level off at 8,500 feet, and now the speed will increase. Oops. I had to press enter. So I just, I thought maybe near this point. Anyhow, so I'll just get some bad score. It's the first time. So let's climb up to 9,000 feet. Let's adjust the vertical speed or the speed for the flight level change. Set it to 75 knots. Yeah, flight level change, 75 knots. Climbing up to 9,000 feet. So the jump axis approach is almost like 9.7 kilometers away. I think I should be at 10,000 feet. I have to further climb. Let's climb up to 10,000 feet. I just at 10,000 feet, flight level change, 84 knots, and let's reduce the speed to 75 knots by pressing nose down and nose up button. You can change the speed for the flight level change. So I've now pressed enter and aligned with the wind 158 degrees. Set altitude to 10,000 feet, which is there. Set speed to speed of 133 kilometers per hour. Fly to pass entry. So let's wait 1.8 kilometers, and let's increase the speed. Jump axis start, 1.1 kilometer away. Let's reduce the speed. And that's it. And press enter to allow jump. Stay below 133, and that's it. So now I will reduce the throttle 1. Can I see them jumping? 2. And the third one gone. Press enter to announce jumpers away by radio. Let's do this and reach final. That's it. Let's give some power and reach final. So now the flight plan will be followed by the autopilot. Now I will reduce the altitude to 1,000 feet, and I will press flight level change and adjust the speed to 75 knots for the descent, or rather I can set it at 80 knots. bring the throttle to idle position. So I will now adjust the throttle in such a way the speed remains. Obviously, it will be at 80 knots. But with the throttle change, you can see the vertical speed will change. If I give more power, obviously the speed will increase during the descent. So that's why the autopilot will adjust the vertical speed. So let the autopilot do its job. I will keep on just like reducing the throttle. So it's 850 feet per minute. So that's how you manage it. So descend with the flight level change. And now as you can see, the next rectangle is a bit low. So let's keep the lower edge of the rectangle over here. And if you think that the descent is still not high with the idle throttle, you can increase the speed. I can increase the descent rate or the speed to 90 knots, or rather I can keep it at 86 knots. So that's how you manage the descent with the autopilot. You really don't have to fly this plane. Now let's press page up and let's set the speed to 90 knots. Just keep the throttle in the idle position and the autopilot will do its job. You can see that the altitude is a bit high, so I have to increase the speed. I can set it at 100 knots. Let's see what happens. You can see now it's a very aggressive drop, 2,200 feet per minute. Or I can set it to 110 or 115. Let's do this. I have mentioned this thing before that in this mission, the final descent is very aggressive. I can further increase the speed to 120 for the flight level change. You can see I'm using these page up and down buttons. Nose up and down. Page up and down, back to my office while using Excel. So here's the runway. I have to land over here. At any point, I can just like deactivate the autopilot and try to manage the speed and the descent. So let's do this. And let's try to follow these rectangles. Oops, the speed is really high. It's kind of a tricky thing with this mission. So don't go above this yellow mark. (2,780 feet). Let's also change the fuel mixture. Let's turn. I'm pitching up a bit as well to maintain the speed as well. You can see it's very challenging. 800 feet. Now the speed is reducing. It's going to be a good landing. Press enter.
500.
Still, I don't have the flaps because the speed is really high. So now I will try to reduce the speed. Oops, that was a bad one. I was almost about to flip the plane. So that's the challenge you have in this mission. Very aggressive descent rate for the landing. And I always get some bad marks. So that's the whole short point. Let's go to this whole short point. And there were no flaps for the landing. Anyhow, I just landed, so I was almost about to flip the plane. And press enter to announce taxi to the parking, and let's go and park this plane. So I haven't skipped anything in this mission, so hopefully I'll just get some extra credits for that. Although it was a very long flight. Long and tense. I remember the ferry flights are better. Or the cargo flights. Even the aerial advertising flights are a bit tense. You have to be really good. So this is the parking, and let's park the plane. That's it. Let's set the parking brakes. And Control Shift E. Control Shift E. And end of flight. That's it. Congratulations, mission success. So it was a successful mission. And oh, the landing was 67%. I still got a good score. And I got like some good experience. 97,620. I got an A. If the landing was good, I would have, gotten some good marks. So let's see how much money I've got. 3,970. So the employee commission is like 31,540. And OSCAPE bonus, I got it. Bad weather bonus. Oh, I've been flying through bad weather. So this was a good progress. Reputation update. Still, I'm not at B. And now I'm at level 10 after this mission. So that's it. Only 4 specializations logged. So cargo transport light, I have to do another mission, and that's after this I will be able to carry out the cargo transport missions. And for aerial advertising, I need level 12. That's it. And 3 more missions with the B or above. That's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for staying with me. And I just really need some good support from all of you nowadays. If you are not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to it. And if you press the bell icon, you will get the notification when every time I upload a video on my channel. Thank you very much for staying with me once again. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.